Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. We're about to dive into a filing that's got us raising an eyebrow, and trust me, it's not just the usual corporate speak. Get ready because things happened and some things are about to unhappen. Before we dive in, if you're all about cutting through the jargon and getting to the real story behind company moves, make sure you're subscribed. Also, we've got a fantastic community brewing over on our Discord, link in the description below. Come join us. Today we're dissecting an 8K filing from Aviat Networks, and it's a bit of a mixed bag featuring both some interesting financial tidbits and a rather significant leadership change. Think of it like a company report card, showing you the grades but also telling you who's moving to a new classroom. The earliest event reported here is August 25th, 2025, which is a key date for understanding the timeline of everything we're about to discuss. Aviat Networks common stock trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol AVNW. They're in the business of providing wireless networking solutions, which is pretty crucial for how we all connect today. Think cell towers and broadband. So let's get to the numbers. Aviat Networks put out a press release on August 27th, giving us a peek at preliminary financial results for the fiscal year ending June 27th, 2025. Now, these are preliminary and unaudited, meaning they're like a sneak peek before the final cut. They're subject to change, so we'll have to keep that in mind. This section, item 5.02, is where things get really interesting. It details some significant shifts in the company's financial leadership. First up, the company announced on August 27th that Andrew M. Fredrickson is stepping into the role of Interim Chief Financial Officer. This move becomes official once they filed their big annual report, their 10K for fiscal year 2025. Now, who is Mr. Fredrickson? He's 35 and brings a wealth of experience in areas like corporate development, essentially how a company grows and handles mergers, strategy, execution, which means making plans happen, capital markets, talking about how companies raise money, and investor relations, which is all about communicating with shareholders. He's not entirely new to Aviat. He joined back in 2022 as Director of Corporate Development and Investor Relations. And just in 2025, he moved up to Vice President of Corporate Finance, where he's been overseeing corporate development, investor relations, and the company's treasury, which means managing their money. Before Aviat, he had roles at Gerald Wen, a building products company, and even worked as an investment analyst at the Motley Fool. He also started his career in investment banking. He's got an MBA from Duke and a bachelor's from the University of Virginia, so he's got the credentials. Let's talk about his compensation as interim CFO. On top of his current yearly salary of $250,000 as VP of Corporate Finance, he'll receive an extra $10,000 per month as a stipend. This can be adjusted by the board. He'll also still be eligible for the company's annual bonus program. His target bonus is 35% of his base salary, tied to company performance, just like other executives. And to top it off, he's getting a one-time award of $60,000 in restricted stock units, which means company stock that he'll receive after a year of service as interim CFO. This is a good incentive to stick around and perform. Okay, so the term for his interim role is pretty straightforward. It starts when the annual report is filed and lasts until a permanent CFO is appointed. Either side can choose not to extend it with proper notice. If his interim role just ends because the agreement isn't renewed, he'll only get paid for the time he worked. However, there's a special clause here. If there's a change in control of the company, meaning a buyout or merger, and Mr. Fredrickson's employment ends under specific conditions we call a qualifying termination within a certain time frame around that change, he gets all his stock awards immediately vested. This is a common way companies protect key executives during major transitions. It's also important to note his selection wasn't based on any special deals with others, and he's not related to any current directors or officers. This means his appointment is purely based on merit. Now for the other side of the coin, on that same day, August 25th, the company's current CFO, Michael Conaway, who is also a senior vice president, submitted his resignation. His departure is also set to happen after the fiscal year 2025 Form 10K is filed, so it looks like a planned handover. This part of the filing, item 701, is basically a heads up that they issued another press release on August 27th about Mr. Fredrickson's appointment. It's essentially cross-referencing information that was already publicly shared. Sometimes companies file these disclosures to make sure all the information they put out is officially part of their public record. Finally, we get to the exhibits. This is where they list supporting documents for the filing. The most important one here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release dated August 27th. This contains the preliminary financial results and the announcement about the new interim CFO. And down at the bottom we see the signature from Peter A. Smith, the Chief Executive Officer, dating the report August 27th, 2025. This officially signs off on the filing. So to wrap it all up, Aviat Networks is navigating a pretty significant leadership transition in its finance department. We see a departure of the current CFO and the appointment of a new interim CFO who seems well qualified. The market will likely be watching closely to see how this transition impacts the company's financial reporting and overall strategy, especially with those preliminary financial results on the horizon. Now, looking at the bigger picture here, Aviat Networks is in a sector that's constantly evolving. The demand for reliable wireless networking is huge. The change in CFO, especially bringing in someone with strong investor relations and corporate development background, signals a potential focus on growth and clear communication with the market. However, anytime there's a change at the top of the finance department, especially an interim appointment, it can create a bit of uncertainty. Investors will want to see stability and a consistent financial strategy moving forward. The preliminary financial results, when they are fully released and audited, will Vicio's Veer's interim appointment, it can create a bit of uncertainty. Investors will want to see stability and a consistent financial strategy moving forward. The preliminary financial results, when they are fully released and audited, will be key to understanding the company's performance and financial health. We need to see if the company's operational performance matches the executive strategy. What's your take on this filing and the leadership shakeup at Aviat Networks? Does the new interim CFO inspire confidence, or are there red flags you see? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It tells us you want more content like this. And don't forget to subscribe for more corporate decoding. The link to our Discord is in the description, so come hang out with us there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.